I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're taking a look at a wonderful children's book. It is called Daisy and Friends Waiting for the School Bus. It's written by a terrific author. Her name is Barbara Meredith. She has another book out there that we all love and think is important and vital as well. It's called Daisy and Friends What Happened to Yesterday, a COVID-19 story. But this school bus story tells children that there's a fun game to be played while waiting for the school bus, identifying different vehicles and learning to appreciate their surroundings a little bit and fill in that blank time with something a little bit more than glancing down at your phone, perhaps. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing books. The links are below this interview. Barbara, great to have you back on the show today. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me back.
I'm glad to see Daisy and Friends, the series is expanding, and this is a terrific book as well, Waiting for the School Bus. Give us an overview of the book, if you would.
Well, this is that's the cover.
Yep.
It starts off with Daisy and her dog friends, Daisy, Smokie, Rocky, and H-Dee waiting at the school bus stop. And then a fire truck goes by. And you say, is this the school bus? No, it's a fire truck. It's kind of a toddler transportation book.
Mm.
And then it explains exactly what a fire truck is. So you can either, if they ask what a fire truck is, here's your explanation. But if they know what it is, you just move on. And it says, is this the school bus?
Right.
And it's a transportation bus.
And children are fascinated at that age by vehicles, particularly big trucks like dump trucks and fire trucks and city buses, right?
Right, they
Yeah.
are. And then they can also look at the illustrations and they can find Daisy and her dog friends in the illustrations.
Wonderful.
And it's
There's
like,
Daisy up in
there's
a bucket
Rocky in the
truck.
bucket truck
That's Rocky. Okay. Sounds
and
great.
Daisy's on top and H-Dee and Smokie are driving.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Tell us about some of the titles in the series that you have. So you've got the COVID-19 book, you've got Waiting for the School Bus. How many books are in the series altogether, would you say?
There's 5.
Five. Okay. And not to put you on the spot, but do you remember all the titles? We covered
I
those
have them
two.
right here.
Oh, there you go. Daisy and Friend,
New
Rocky's
friends,
new friend.
new friend. This is about bullying.
Hmm.
And it's tries to teach a child how to defend themselves from a bully without adult supervision.
Wonderful. Wonder very,
Because
very important because unfortunately that's a real problem for children, even in this era where there's supposed to be zero tolerance for bullies, right?
right, there's always someone that's a bully. And it will tell you that bullies are not as brave as they try to be. So if you stand up to them, they'll eventually back down. And this book kind of helps. Because,
That's a great coping mechanism to have children empowered with that, sometimes you need to stand up to a bully. And if
right,
the situation escalates, it's always a good idea probably to get some help from a teacher, a parent, or someone like that as
right,
well, right?
right. If you can't resolve it yourself, you need to go find adults that will help you.
Exactly, exactly. So that's a great title and beautiful illustrations. Who does the illustrations for you?
There's Calpot.
Hmm.
And then this is a rhyming book for
Okay.
toddlers outside our window.
Yep.
And the illustrations will show you it's a rhyme
Yep.
that this one says songbirds are flying among the flowers and trees, spring turns to summer. So by the scenery outside a window and what it's going to be like as the seasons change.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's beautiful as well. So that's all five?
Now there's one
Okay,
more.
that's what I was gonna say.
This is my very first one.
Okay.
And it's more like a chapter book without the chapters.
Mm-hmm.
It was written, and it has the actual Daisy,
Mm.
and she's acting out the storyline here.
Yep.
And it teaches, it's my old curriculum for when I had a daycare center, learning center.
Right.
And it teaches different things. It's
Mm-hmm.
nutrition, parking lot safety, to get off your electronics and go outside and play, that you should be out more than you're playing on your electronic devices, and stranger danger. So it's actually a whole year of curriculum based into a book. Now, at first, I was just going to have the book for my staff, the teachers, as an easier way to do the curriculum. But then my husband got sick and I was home a lot. So I got bored one night and I said, well, I'm going to send this off to children's book publishers. And every publisher that I sent to liked the book. And I was really surprised no one turned me down, because most of the time you start with the rejections and then
Right.
finally someone comes along.
Yeah.
But this time for me, it was, I didn't get any rejections. So I got to pick which publisher met my needs at the time, because my husband was disabled. So I couldn't just go out and do every vendor fair or go to all the schools and go to all the libraries. So I could pick and choose my time for the book and still be able to be caregiver to my husband.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad that worked out, that you were able to have a flexible schedule in putting together these books, and stay in the line of work that you're used to, which is empowering children and facilitating learning in children, which is certainly a wonderful contribution you've made to many, many children over the years. Tell us a little bit about the Learning Center that you had.
It was for ages 6 weeks to 12 years.
Wow.
And what the way I wrote the curriculum up was not like a group setting. Well, we would have like a circle time, but then there was individual time where we taught skill level. So if we had someone in first grade that was still kind of not quite up to the first grade level, we'll teach the kindergarten program to them. And when that child met his goal to be in first grade, then we started the first grade level. And if the child was in second grade, but was on a fourth grade level, we would teach them their skill level of fourth grade.
Wonderful.
So we worked very closely with the school system. We would have the actual school teachers coming into our learning center to help me write the curriculum.
Wonderful.
And we were more an after-school program during the school year for the older kids, but during the summer, I kept up the curriculum. And I would have the curriculum that the teachers wanted me to keep teaching their kids, so that they wouldn't have that little forgetfulness during the summer, which a lot of kids are too focused on having fun.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. It breaks up that little gap that you have, because between June and the end of August, September is a long time for a lot of kids. So it's good to keep them sharp. And I love your individualized approach to education. I think it's really, really helpful because, like you said, there are first graders who work on a third grade level, and there are third graders who work on a first grade level. And if you try to hold one back or push one up when they're not ready, it's not going to be a good result. So I think that was a great thing. And I think this book series is wonderful as well. And Daisy and friends are inspired by your real life pets, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
I still have Daisy, but unfortunately, I no longer have those dogs. I have other
right.
dogs.
Yep. Yeah.
But
Well,
Daisy's the only one that survived past 20 years. I started
amazing.
in 2010 with my first book.
Amazing, amazing. Well, we're glad Daisy is doing well. We're glad you're doing well. And this series is just terrific. It's written by Barbara J. Meredith. The name of the series is Daisy and Friends. And the book we've been focused on primarily today is Waiting for the School Bus. But she's got 5 other books out there, everything from COVID to rhymes to life skills for children. The links are below this interview. They're all sensational. You can see they're beautifully illustrated and wonderfully written, and will help your child understand some different things about life that'll make their life a little more interesting and give them a little insight. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
And I just wanted to add that there are 12 bookstores throughout the United States carrying my books. And then in Ireland and England, there's 6 bookstores that also carry my books. And it's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. So I have a lot of different ways you can get my book.
Awesome, great. Amazon's easy, Barnes and Noble's easy. If you happen to be
Yeah.
lucky enough to live in an area that has it in the bookstore, look there. I'm heading to Ireland later this month, so I'll check out the bookstores there and see if I see your book. If I do, I'm going to take a picture of me holding the book.
Oh,
Okay, and
that
send
would
it to
be
you.
great. Thank
Okay,
you.
that sounds good. And a Guinness stout in the other hand. How about that?
Oh, yeah, that would be
That
perfect.
way you know I'm in Ireland because I've got the Guinness in your book. There we go.
Right.
All right, Barbara, thank you so much for being our guest today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much for having me again.
My pleasure. Always fun speaking with you. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.